Breaking news. Peter Obi is a fraud, says Omoyele Sowore. Hi guys, welcome back to the news. If you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. During a recent interview, Mr. Sowore noted that Peter Obi was deceitfully presented as a candidate in the 2023 election in a similar manner to how the APC manipulated public perception of Muhammad Buhari in 2015. And according to Sowore, both instances involved fraudulent packaging aimed at deceiving the voters. The Revolution Now convener, Omoyele Sowore, has described Peter Obi, the former Labour Party presidential candidate, as a packaged fraud. So Mr. Peter Obi is more like a packaged fraud. He was deceitfully presented as a nice candidate during the 2023 presidential election in the same similar manner to how the APC manipulated public perception of Buhari in 2015. And these both instances have been involved in fraudulent packaging, and they are being aimed at, deceiving Nigerians. The former African Action Congress presidential candidate had said what is true is that he genuinely have a general disdain of the dishonesty of the Nigerian politicians, and Peter Obi has always poised himself to be a man of character, this and that, but meanwhile he's just an hypocrite, because Sowore noted how he was the first person to expose Tinubu's drug history in Chicago. But the people who now follow Peter Obi were not interested at that time because it did not favor them. But in 2022, they suddenly realized that Tinubu was a drug dealer, and they took the information and they ran away with it without even giving credit to the news reporters that published that news, which is Sahara News Reporters. And it was the platform that was being used in publishing that news at that time. They were the ones that exposed Atiku's corruption, including all the bribes he collected. Sowore noted that to an extent, Atiku ran away from the US based on the reports done by Sahara reporters on his corruption. And this corruption included him and Obasanjo using educational funds to buy cars for their girlfriends and how they were stealing them. Sowore noted how he exposed these guys alongside Sahara reporters. They were the ones that also found out that Peter Obi was building substandard hospitals and never built schools. And it was later revealed that Obi invested state money into his private business. The police had noted all these things. But now, look at it. They are now praising Obi, who is a fraudster. People had loved Buhari back then in 2015 until his tenure started killing their parents. Some families were wiped out. So Obi is nothing compared to the way the fraudulent Buhari was packaged. They are both birds of the same feathers. Buhari used to get 12 million votes every voting season until he won in 2015. Was he not loved? What did we get from it? We all got insecurity. We got corruption of imaginable proportion. Now look at Peter Obi is coming in the same manner to scam Nigerians. How about Peter Obi's tenure as an 8-year governor in Anambra State? Peter Obi that did not build any school. No single road in Anambra, not a single hospital you can count exists that you can say, okay, this hospital was being built by Obi. Obi will say, go and verify, go and verify. But then we have gone and nothing to show for it. Okay, guys, this is coming from Omoyele Sowore. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Omoyele Sowore has, dragged Obi to great lengths to an extent calling him a fraud alongside the former president Muhammad Buhari. Also, he recently noted that he won't be forming any merger with the likes of Obi, with the likes of Atiku, and all of that. And same as he noted how, Doyin Okupe had talked about Peter Obi, noting that Peter Obi, is substandard compared to where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. That Tinubu is way more better than Atiku, Tinubu is way more better than Peter Obi. This is coming from Doyin Okupe, who was a former presidential aide and also a former presidential campaign spokesperson for the Obidati campaign organization, where he made it known that Tinubu is so far the best. He has worked with Obi, he has worked with Atiku, but then Tinubu is so far the best. What made you think, he made such a statement? Why did you think he made such a statement? Well, Omoyele Sowore, as we all know, is a very controversial man. He's quite different. The way he speaks, his ideologies are very, very different from the ordinary politicians in Nigerians. But then Sowore speaking negatively about Peter Obi is not a day something. I mean, we've been seeing this for a long time. It seems that Omoyele Sowore has gone out of his line as being a human rights activist to, raining negative comments on Peter Obi. Well, let's see how things plays out, but I'm sure that there are reasons or, for Moyele hating on Peter Obi than what he has just mentioned. It seems that the name Peter Obi is a threat to the Nigerian government, is a threat to opposition parties, is a threat to all candidates, as they have tend to always say negative things about Peter Obi. Well, so far so good. Nigerians have reacted to this. We used to take Omoyele Sowore seriously, but since he started working again against Peter Obi, he has lost his relevance. This is why I love Obi. He doesn't talk about people. He doesn't respond negatively to critics. He's not the president, but enemies are still having sleepless and restless nights. Enemies talk about him. And now, look at, Gregory was used by Tinubu, but up till now, this man no understand. Sowore is irrelevant and serious at all. He should first of all run for the local government chairmanship in his state. Then he can come out and talk. Peter Obi is a class of his own. He doesn't engage noisemaker. He is living his life. Okay, guys. According to Nigerians, this talk from Omoyele Sowore is quite meaningless as it has added little or no contributions to our country's problems. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section.